Hey lovely people, before we get into the whole prepare yourself of this video, you're probably wondering why there's a Story You Never Knew on Deltarune when we just did a Story You Never Knew on Deltarune. Well, it turns out that even after finishing up the game, my brain decided it wasn't done. Some things just didn't add up. And it's not because I'm bad at math! This game just has something strange happening within it. Spoilers. Besides that crazy ending that none of us were expecting. Talk about heartburn, am I right? But besides that, there's something else going on here. A mystery at the edge of the surface, just waiting to be found. A missing piece to the puzzle that explains our entire journey in a more interesting way. So if you're ready to ditch everything you thought you knew about Deltarune and start anew, then prepare yourself. See, told you it was coming, for a story you never knew to blow your mucking mind. Grab your brain out of your brain hole, throw it in a dumpster, and then dive back in and get it out, because we're about to explode everyone's heads with what's actually happening in the story of Deltarune. It's not just fun and games anymore. Or is it? Foreshadowing or not, this is the story of Deltarune. The story you never knew. Now first off, I'm super excited to say this video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Ever tried to watch a video or try a streaming service only to get the message that it's not available in your country? With ExpressVPN, you can bypass that BS and see whatever you want. And that's not all. Companies and people are always snooping your private information and selling it to the highest bidder. This vulnerability leaves you helpless against anyone with less than pure intentions. That's why I use ExpressVPN, to protect myself from seedy salesmen and hackers. Become anonymous and protect yourself on any device and most browsers with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and then it's less than $7 a month for 1 year. Plus, find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description. expressvpn.com/Treesicle. That's expressvpn.com/Treesicle. Watch what you want, protect your privacy, and be anonymous the whole time. The internet is yours with ExpressVPN, no matter what country you live in. Check it out. Let's get back to it. In the intro, I made some pretty big claims, mainly that Deltarune's story can be explained even further beyond what I said in our original Story You Never Knew. Explained in ways never before thought possible. The basics of Deltarune are that our character Kris and the school bully / chalk eater Susie somehow get dropped into another dimension or plane of existence that is essentially a dark land. We're Lighteners, and the inhabitants of this land are Darkners, and the king of the land wants to kill us because Lighteners suck. But that's just his opinion. Basically, I think he's being a bit crass and closed-minded about the whole thing, and possibly playing into some classic racist tendencies. But that's just me and the NAACP. After many playful shenanigans and fun battles, we eventually make our way to the castle, fight and beat the king in one way or another, and leave through the darkness fountain located at his castle. Along the way, we meet Ralsei, the prince from the dark, and Lancer, the king's son, both of which help us get home. Now, there's been a lot of videos discussing what happens in Deltarune, the ending, how Deltarune relates to Undertale, and others. But many people are overlooking what's possibly the most important thing to understanding the entire game: the Legend of Deltarune. Just a small ways into the game, Ralsei, cloaked up like the ferryman of Undertale, gives us the lowdown on the legend. Apparently, there's some balance to the world. The world is in all caps, that's how you know it's important, by the way, and it is balanced between light and dark. This is pretty similar to our own world, and we do have the whole giant ball of gas that's like our interstellar neighbor down the galactic block. Anyway, if this balance was ever broken, a terrible calamity would occur. What that calamity is, we don't know. But it would make the sky black and break the ground and other bad stuff. Essentially, the world is going to die if light and dark are not in balance. And only once the world breaks do the three heroes appear. And that's us! Supposedly. The human, the monster, and the prince from the dark. Only these three can seal the fountains and banish Angel's Heaven. Now, if you're like me, when you saw this scene, you had a mild aneurysm. Angel's Heaven? What is Angel's Heaven? Is it that sigil in the middle of the fountain? What does it do? We don't get any of these questions answered. The legend only says the world will be restored, and then lets us know that the Fountain of Darkness is in the center of the land, at the castle by the looks of things, and that it gives this land its shape. However, there's a new fountain on the horizon, and the fountain is messing stuff up! But what does all this mumbo-jumbo mean? Let's do a bit of analysis on this legend before we move on. First off, the new fountain that's messing with Darkland is almost certainly a light fountain. This world is created from a dark fountain, so it's not likely another dark fountain would mess up a dark land. And secondly, the three heroes banish Angel's Heaven. I don't know about you, but to me, Angels and Heaven are always aligned with lightness, not dark. So if we're banishing Angel's Heaven, the tropes of light and dark are being swapped right here. Dark is good, light is bad. Now let's talk about the three heroes. According to this legend, there's a human, a monster, and a prince from the dark. We got the human and the monster just fine, but the prince from the dark, what proof is there of Ralsei being a prince? We literally have none. This is extremely concerning to me, especially considering the one other main character in the game. His name is Lancer. He talks like this, and oh, he's a prince from the dark! His dad is the king. Ergo, he's a prince. And they're Darkners! Not to mention the reveal of Ralsei being a girl at the very end of the game. I haven't heard of any girl princes. Have you? So my other question is, who the blue glazed donuts is Ralsei really? I don't know, but I bet it comes into play heavily during the next chapter. Honestly, this entire legend wouldn't freak me out so much except for this one little fact. Also, you would think someone along this journey would say something about the world ending or the fact that a human monster and prince from the dark are together just like in the legend, or anything referencing the fact that there's another fountain in this land. But there isn't. We never even see a second fountain. We don't even acknowledge the legend after it's told. All we do is return home. Ralsei, who told us the legend, doesn't even stop us from leaving. Wouldn't you expect a line something along the lines of, I know you want to go home and all, but we still need to banish the Heaven's Angel? But nope, nothing like that. The legend isn't acknowledged at all after we first hear it. It didn't make any sense to me from a plot standpoint. So I said to myself, it's okay me, it's only the first chapter. Let's just get a better idea of the land we're dealing with. Maybe understanding the setting will help me understand the legend. So let's take a look at the Darkland. It's filled with odd creatures, not monsters, more like personified inanimate objects. The pawn men, for example, are just pawns from a chessboard. The C round is just a checker piece, and it literally reaches the end of the checkers board, gets kinged, and then becomes stronger. Lancer is a spade. The shopkeeper is a stuffed animal with a button eye. The tutorial pieces are puzzle pieces. We run into a rook and a bishop from chess. There's Lego block enemies. There's a character named Rules Card, and even the lore of the land according to our stuffed shopkeep is that there were 4 kings, but now 3 are locked up and only 1 remains. Now, I don't know about you, but there's only one thing I know that has 4 kings: a deck of cards. Okay, I thought to myself, so Toby likes games a lot. He's using games for his inspiration for this world. But the more I thought about it, the more signs I saw pointing that this isn't the case. No, this world isn't just inspired by games, it's completely created by games. Listen to what the shopkeeper has to say about Lighteners. Long ago, the Darkners lived in harmony with the Lighteners. They were like gods to us, our protectors, our creators, those who gave us purpose. Then one day we were all locked away in this prison, and the Lighteners never returned. Do you see what he is describing? These people, these animated game pieces are just that. Games! They were created by us, by people, and then they were put away in a supply cabinet, hence being locked in a dark prison and why they are all Darkners. We gave them purpose. The entire story of Deltarune, the play through the Dark Land. It may all just be us playing pretend. Look at what happens when we finally get out of the fountain. We're surrounded by cards, a checkerboard, pawn pieces, a stuffed animal, everything we saw within the game. I'm almost sad to say, it seems like they really are just objects objects from our mother's classroom. But if none of it happened, why does Susie act like she does? And why do we have this creepy Chara ending? These are the things we're going to find out in the following chapters. But one thing is certain. The legend Ralsei spoke of doesn't seem to be happening. No one else seems to know about it. The world isn't crumbling despite the three heroes being together. In fact, the shopkeeper actually laughs at us being the heroes who are going to seal our fountain, the Darkner's fountain. No mention of two fountains at all. Now, this could all be revealed as something more intricate in the following chapters. We could absolutely be going in between two planes of existence, where toys are sentient like in Toy Story and the other is the real world. But it seems to me like there's a much larger plot at work here. Based on the ending, I'd say we are going to be playing in two worlds, light and dark, but not as it's been presented to us. We will get to control Kris during the light, the day, and we get to watch helplessly as Chara does what they will in the dark, the night. Notice that Chara comes out at night. Both day and night obviously occur in the real world, the Lightner's world. Why else would Chara keep a cage in a wagon? It's to bring our soul around with them as they destroy the Lightner's world. Chara must need to keep our soul close to them for one reason or another. Otherwise, why keep it in something mobile? Lancer and the Dark Kingdom isn't the true story behind Deltarune. It's too blatantly obvious the entire Dark World was made from games in our mother's classroom. But that legend, even though it doesn't seem important to the Dark World we play through, it's obviously crucial. It's the title of the game, The Legend of Deltarune. I believe we're going to be fighting with a monster and a prince from the dark in the real world, against an imbalance between light and dark, Chara. But when we talk about light and dark in the real world, it's not Lightners and Darkners. It's the day and night. The time we control Kris versus the time Chara is in control. This is the true story of Deltarune, the balance that must be kept between our actions during the day and Chara's at night. Chara is the manifestation of the consequences when light and dark are out of balance. The first chapter wasn't even the beginning. It was merely to give us the information behind the legend, only to have us forget about it by never mentioning it again. But this legend is important, not for the dark world inhabited by inanimate game objects, but for our world. That's the true tale behind Deltarune's Chapter 1, a misleading adventure weaved into a dire prophecy for the real world, a warning of what's to come. That's the story of Deltarune, the story you never knew. Again. And that's my updated take on Deltarune. Chara is a creepy guy, and they're only gonna get creepier. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below if I missed anything. There's often something. And don't forget to click the link down below to check out our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Become anonymous, watch what you want wherever you are, and let the internet be yours. By supporting them, you're supporting the channel. Thanks so much to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Check them out. And besides that, I'm done for today. I'll see you all next time. Bye!